Have you ever felt a place calling to you, not in words but as a whisper in your heart? For me, that whisper was Argentina. Vast plains, passionate dances, and snow-capped mountains, but above all, the roar of Iguazu Falls, a wonder, hidden in lush jungle. Iguazu means big water in the Tupi-Guarani language. Hundreds of cascades, a spectacle so grand it feels unreal. I wanted to stand there, feel small, and be humbled by nature's power. So, I packed my bag and booked a flight. I was going to Argentina to find the big water, to hear the symphony nature has composed for thousands of years. This is the story of that journey, a story of wonder and falling in love with a place. Let's find the big water together. The journey to Iguazu begins long before you hear the roar of the falls. My adventure started in Buenos Aires, a city of tango and color. Soon, I left the city behind and boarded a small plane north, toward the border with Brazil. The city faded, replaced by a patchwork of green and brown, then a dense, endless jungle. From above, the jungle looked like a secret world teeming with life. I imagined jaguars in the shadows and toucans flying between the trees. Anticipation grew with every mile. We landed in Puerto Iguazu, a relaxed gateway town where adventurers gather. The air was warm, heavy with moisture, and smelled of rain and earth. People smiled easily, united by a shared purpose, to see the falls. That evening, I sat at a cafe as the sun set, painting the sky orange and pink. The town's gentle sounds faded beneath a distant, almost imperceptible hum. Was it my imagination, or the first hint of the falls? The big water was close now. Sleep was restless, filled with dreams of rushing water. The journey was almost complete. Tomorrow I would finally see it with my own eyes. The anticipation was electric. Every traveler here felt it. We were all drawn by the same call, the promise of something unforgettable, a place where nature's power is on full display. The path to wonder was nearly at its end, but the real adventure was just about to begin. Iguazu was waiting, and so was I. At sunrise, I boarded the rainforest ecological train into the heart of the park. The open carriages let the jungle come alive around you. Morpho butterflies, birdsong, and the scent of earth. The train is a gentle introduction, preparing you for the spectacle ahead. At the first station, metal walkways lead out over the river, letting you step into the scene without disturbing nature. With each step, the sound of water grew, a deep rumble you feel in your chest. Then, through the trees, a flash of white water, my first glimpse of Iguazu Falls. But it was just a hint. The walkway turned, and suddenly, the view exploded open. Not one waterfall, but dozens, hundreds, stretching as far as I could see. The scale is impossible to grasp from a photo, a panoramic masterpiece painted by nature herself. The roar was immense, a constant thunder that filled the air. Mist hung everywhere, catching sunlight and creating rainbows. The spray cooled my skin. It felt like the breath of the falls. I stood there, overwhelmed by the sight, the sound, the feeling. This was more than a view. It was a full sensory immersion. Nature's grand theater with water as the star. Every sense was alive. The power was humbling, the beauty unforgettable. I realized this is why we travel, to be awestruck, to feel small and yet deeply connected. Iguazu is not just seen, it's experienced, and it leaves you changed, forever. The park circuits offer unique perspectives. I started with the upper circuit, walking along the top edge of the falls. The river is calm and wide before it plunges, giving no hint of the chaos below. From above, you see the river split into countless streams, each creating its own waterfall. Some are delicate ribbons, others broad sheets of power. The jungle's green frames the white water in a stunning contrast. Watching the water's final journey over the precipice is mesmerizing. I found a quiet spot, the sun warm on my back, the roar below a constant song. It was a moment of pure peace, a chance to reflect on the age and power of our planet. These falls have been here for millennia. They'll remain long after we're gone. Standing there, I felt deeply connected to the earth. The upper circuit reveals the grandeur and scale of Iguazu. It's a humbling, moving experience. Above the chaos, you find serenity and a new respect for nature's artistry. Next, the lower circuit, down into the heart of the action. The path winds through jungle, bringing you face to face with the water's power. Here, you look up at towering walls of water, feeling small and exhilarated. The roar is deafening, the spray a full-on shower, You will get wet, and that's part of the fun. Rainbows arc through the mist, creating a dreamlike world. Viewpoints bring you right to the base of the falls, where the noise and wind are overwhelming. The spray soaks you in seconds, but everyone is smiling, laughing, sharing the joy. It's impossible not to feel alive. The lower circuit is about experiencing Iguazu's power up close. You're not just a spectator, you're part of the scene. The vibrations of the water pulse through your feet. It's a visceral, primal connection to nature. The lower circuit reminds you, nature is to be felt, not just seen. It's an experience of pure exhilaration, and a reminder to respect the strength of the wild. Here, you don't just witness the falls, you become part of their story. The most famous part of Iguazu is La Garganta del Diablo, the Devil's Throat. To reach it, you take the jungle train to its final stop, then walk a long metal walkway over the calm upper river. The water flows quietly, giving no hint of what's ahead. As you approach, the sound builds, a low rumble growing into a deafening roar. A cloud of mist rises, visible from far away. The walkway seems endless, leading you into the heart of the storm. The air thickens with spray, the roar drowns out all else. Finally, you arrive at a platform perched on the edge of the abyss. The river plunges on three sides into a narrow horseshoe-shaped chasm. The sheer volume of water is staggering. Mist shoots hundreds of feet into the air. You can't see the bottom. It truly looks like the throat of a mythical beast. You're drenched in seconds, the noise overwhelming. All you can do is watch and feel. At the epicenter of nature's power, you feel both alive and insignificant. The Devil's Throat is not just a waterfall, it's a force of nature. Terrifying and beautiful, it leaves you awestruck. This is the raw, untamed heart of Iguazu. For the truly adventurous, there's the Gran Aventura, the Great Adventure. It starts with a jeep ride through the jungle, where guides point out unique plants and animals. Then, you board a powerful speedboat at the river's edge. Life jackets on, belongings stowed, the guides warn, you will get soaked. The boat heads upriver, canyon walls rising, the roar of the falls growing louder. The sense of scale from water level is incredible. Suddenly, the captain steers straight toward a massive waterfall. The spray becomes a deluge, and for a few wild moments, the boat plunges under the falling water. Laughter and screams fill the air, pure exhilaration. It's the ultimate immersion into Iguazu's power. Seeing the falls is one thing, being in the middle of them is another. The Gran Aventura is not for the faint of heart, but it's unforgettable. If you crave adventure and don't mind getting drenched, it's a must-do. It's a memory that will make you smile for years. The waterfalls are the main attraction, but the surrounding jungle is a treasure. Iguazu National Park is a protected subtropical rainforest, home to incredible wildlife. Coatis, curious raccoon-like creatures, scavenge near tourists. Capuchin monkeys leap through the trees, playful and agile. The bird life is spectacular, especially the iconic toucan with its colorful beak. Hummingbirds and parrots add flashes of color, while butterflies, especially the brilliant blue morpho, flutter everywhere. Sometimes butterflies land on you, drawn by the salt on your skin. Jaguars and pumas roam here, rarely seen but ever present. Knowing they're out there adds to the sense of wildness. The jungle is a living, breathing ecosystem. Every creature, from insect to predator, plays a vital role. The wildlife adds another layer of magic to Iguazu. It's a reminder, this is not just a tourist site, but a vibrant, interconnected world. As my time at Iguazu ended, I took one last walk along the walkways. I tried to memorize every detail: the roar of the Devil's Throat, rainbows in the mist, birds darting behind the falls. I felt sadness at leaving, but also deep gratitude. Iguazu is more than water. It's a place that makes you feel small, but connected to something vast. It puts your worries in perspective, washing away the noise of daily life. You leave feeling renewed with a new sense of wonder. This journey reminded me why we travel, not just to see, but to feel, to be inspired, to connect. Iguazu reignited my sense of adventure and respect for nature's power. It's a place that stays with you long after you leave. The sound of the water echoes in your memory. I encourage you to seek out your own Iguazu, whatever calls to you. Follow that call. Go on an adventure. Let yourself be awestruck. These are the experiences that enrich our lives. For me, this is not goodbye. It's a promise to return to the big water, to the place where the river roars and rainbows are born. Until then, I'll carry the spirit of Iguazu with me, and I hope you will too.